Hey, welcome back once again, folks. We have another opportunity to introduce you to one of the inductees into this year's Bucknell Athletics Hall of Fame, former men's lacrosse star Austin Winter. Austin, man, what a great honor. Congrats.
Thank you so much. Honored to be here.
Well, I tell you, when the people were looking to find out who should be added to the next class of Bucknell Athletics Hall of Fame, there was one name that just jumped off the page. That was yours. And I know you're a humble guy, but your exploits on the field, I don't know if they'll ever be matched. You were kind of a man among boys out there. Did you feel that way when you played?
When I first started, I was a little bit nervous. Making the jump from high school to college, you go from being, the top dog to the next, everyone is a top dog. So that was a big jump. I had some great senior leadership. Unfortunately, there was a senior captain, Kirk Klett, who tore his ACL. So because of that, I was next man up, and I got lucky. I took my chance, and I kind of just took over the offense and ran with it for 4 years, and became the quarterback of the whole team. And I finished my career as not just personal accolades, but we finished as the all-time winningest senior class, and that's what I'm probably most proud of.
We'll talk about that here in a second, Austin. But I want to tell everybody that may not realize what you did. You would always position yourself not far from the crease, and you would back down your guy. I don't know that there was anyone who could stop you when you were bent on scoring. Is that something you always did, like in high school, that move?
So I was always bigger than everyone my whole life, so I always like to say lank is a gift, and I'm pretty lanky myself. So just using my natural tools. I'm not the fastest guy, but I'm strong enough to get where I want, and I always knew I had better hands than everybody else, and it was just something you pick up when you're not that fast, So yeah, I used to back guys up, and it was fun, a little Shaq action.
It was a little Shaq action, exactly like Shaquille O'Neal. But you were so much more than that. You were obviously able to score points or score goals, but you also scored points because you also got assists. Is that something that almost made you even more proud to be able to feed one of your teammates?
Yeah, so I always thought assists were harder than the goals because you're the one doing all the work to set everything up. So my whole life I was always about, making everyone else look good, and my points will come, and I was always more of a pass first, pass second, shoot third type of player, and it worked out for me. And I had some great teammates that I played with, Tim Brandow and Joe Mealy, who, kind of were myths because Joe Mealy was a little meatball 5, whatever, and he had the greatest hands you'll ever see, and some of the greatest goals. And Tim Brandow, who's here tonight, which I'm excited about. It's just very special to have those guys here as well. So
you're bringing back all those memories.
Yeah.
Those teams were so exciting. Coach Federica, had really kind of built the program up, taking over for Coach Jamison. And you guys just reflected that toughness, that gritty desire to get things done. Did you all have that kind of mantra that, hey, we're just going to outwork you?
Yeah, so we knew coming to Bucknell you didn't have the nice facilities. My brother went and played lacrosse at Johns Hopkins, where he was playing in $1 million lacrosse facility, and we were more blue collar, and that was just the attitude we took. And being his first recruiting class, I believe, after Coach Jamison, we kind of wanted to come in, change the culture of winning consistently, be ranked top 20 every year, and that's something we were able to do, and everyone bought in, and it was a fun group to be a part of, and we still are best friends to this day. So
we'll talk about that in a second too, about you being best friends. But you bring up a great point. Bucknell was ranked in the top 20, and the reason being is year after year after year when you were playing your Austin, Bucknell upset top 15, top 10, top 5 teams. When you all win against some of the best competition in the East Coast and really the country, you guys didn't back down. You felt like you could win, didn't you?
We did. If you don't step on the field with any confidence, you're never going to have a chance. And we played against these guys growing up our whole lives, so we knew we were better than them. We knew we could play with them, and it was just about the team believing it. And we did a great job of rallying around each other every single game. And if you want to be the best, you got to play the best. And we were out there doing that my whole 4 years, and something I'm very proud of. Being able to play against some of the big teams who are on Final Four weekend and competing against them consistently. So it was pretty cool.
You mentioned about your teammates. What made you all such a great cohesive unit?
We cared for each other, not just on the field but off the field. We were genuinely friends. We backed each other up. If you were just around campus, guys were helping you out, and it was a very special place. Even the parent group. My parents had 2 kids play college sports as well, but they still talk about the Bucknell parent group and just how special that is and how much they miss it. So it's not just the team; it's more than that. It's all the parents who support it. It's the coaches, staff. It's a culture that we help build and that it continues today.
However, as an individual, you were stand out. 4 times you were honorable mention All-American. 4 times first team All-Patriot League. Only 2 Bucknell men's lacrosse players have ever been bestowed that honor. I know it's because of your teammates, but you also had that mentality that when I walk on the field, I'm going to be hopefully the best guy out there, and you really were, weren't you?
I felt like I always was. That was just the confidence that I had from a young age, from my dad who played college lacrosse as well. It was just, and if you have the confidence, you'll perform well. If you're a little nervous, that's a good thing, but at the same time, because it means you care, and that's something every single game I cared about. I cared about my performance. I cared about how I represented myself, not just to my teammates, but to my parents and other people who were at the game as well, that hey, he played the game the right way, he played with respect, but he played hard, and I hopefully that people remember me for that, not just the goals and assists.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they will. Before we let you go, though, here, Austin, what are you up to right now? Where are you living? Are you still involved in some capacity with lacrosse?
So I have 3 kids. I'm living in Ridgewood, New Jersey, working in New York City. I've been doing that for the last 13 years. And right now I got a 5-year-old, 2.5-year-old, and a 7-month-old, and just staying afloat right now. But we moved to Ridgewood, New Jersey, which is where my wife's from, 30 minutes from where I grew up. One of my teammates, Ryan Backer, is from Ridgewood, New Jersey. Helped introduce me to her, and it's a great lacrosse town. They won the state championship in New Jersey a few years ago. It's a public town, which I grew up. Mountain Lakes was a public town, so it's something I'm going to be involved in. I'm not going to force my kids to play, but I hope after tonight's stories and hear how good I was, they'll want to play. So,
well, if they're anything like you, Austin, we got to make sure they come to Bucknell and play. That's for sure. Austin, congratulations.
Thank you.
Being inducted into the Hall of Fame, great honor.
It's just blessed to be here, just blessed to have my family here, and just excited for this moment. So, thank you.
Austin Winter, another one of the inductees in this year's Bucknell Athletics Hall of Fame.